Like we are live. Sweet. I'm trying a different setup today. um, yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to stream through my phone. Um, because normally when I do my streaming, I'm upstairs in the office. I'm not in the man cave, and I don't have every single game that I own on certain systems on the computer upstairs. So I thought, let's try this out for a change. Thing is, though, I kind of need to have my laptop in front of me so I can see the chats if anybody chats. But yeah. Anyways, I put in Mr. Run and Jump. This is the newest game I have bought. Did a little video on it. It's a very interesting game. Nice little fun premise. I had a table. But anyways, let's get to some playing of the Mr. Run and Jump. Now, when I did the video on this, I don't think I got very far. I don't know if that's loud enough for anybody to hear that. Not like there's a lot of sound anyways. Oh, fell in the hole. This dude looks pretty funky. I'm trying to figure out what he looks like. He like, kind of like a, I don't know, like a can of pop with a straw coming out of it. He's got a really funky looking body shape. Oh! Skull and crossbones. I don't know if I can adjust the camera on here. You know, when I do the videos, I can adjust the camera, but this is recording right off my CRT TV, obviously, so it's not going to look the greatest. Boom, boom. Whoops. I've been told this game gets really hard, really fast. And I remember when I was doing the first video on it, the first time I played this game, yeah, I started to realize how quickly it started getting hard. I mean, a lot of it's timing. Timing your jump. Sort of like certain areas in Super Mario Brothers. I mean, you have to time your jump, you have to get it right. Get on that ladder. Ah. Oh, didn't think I was going to make that one. This one I found out that you can move while you fall. Oh, just fall. I'll just go against the wall like that. That works. These things are annoying. I remember reaching one room where it had like two of them. Oh, that's a bummer. Nope. Yeah, hey, it's Team Television Gamer. Nice we can chat. Yeah, this time I made sure I didn't have it set to on that one. When I was setting up the stream that one time, that was when I was doing the signing, the Napoleonic Wars signing, and I was setting up the stream on my phone, and I pushed the yes, this is for kids, instead of no, this is not for kids. And when you do that, you lose the ability to chat. So that was just me. Couldn't see the small text on my phone because I'm blind, apparently. Yes, I'm at that age where I do need the reading glasses. Oh no! Oh! thought I was dead when I fell in there, but apparently not. It's not like a pit, like in Super Mario Brothers. Or lava. We got Sal's Atari and Retro World and Michael Hayes in the chat. Team Optimus. Of course, we have the Intellivision Gamer, John Rogers. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. This is just a little impromptu stream I decided to do. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do my normal stream on the computer using the emulator, but I've been thinking about this setup, like if this will work. You know, I've been experimenting with trying to stream through my phone. I mean, it's just easier and faster. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, the setup is just a little bit easier. Doing good, can't complain. Always the best way. Oh no, I died again right at that same spot. Okay, I'm missing the timing on that one. The other thing is, I did feel like playing this game again, and I don't have a ROM for it, so I can't play it on my computer upstairs. So, the only way for me to play this is on the official, actual Atari 2600. So I got this plugged into my Light 6er right now. And the good thing is, I get to use the proper joystick. Well, what I consider to be a proper joystick. I don't think it's going to reach over there because the cord's short, but it's just the standard Atari joystick. Oh no! Yeah, it is. It's an interesting game, Team Optimus. It's like for a modern Atari 2600. Yeah, I heard there's a television gamers talking about the reimagined version on the Switch. I've heard that. I don't think I've actually seen what it looks like. But I've heard people playing it. Michael Hayes was a huge fan of the Atari Lynx. Nothing wrong with that. Oh no! Now, what would be interesting to see this game actually officially released on the Intellivision too. I don't know if Atari's planning on making any Intellivision games, but this would be kind of cool. Although I would expect it to be jazzed up, not exactly like this, because you know the Intellivision should be able to pull off a lot fancier looking graphics. But I think that this game could exist on the Intellivision, and whether Atari's going to do that or not, or plan to ever release any Intellivision games, I don't know. Or maybe have a company that will make games for them and have some officially released Intellivision games on the Atari. That'd be fun. By Atari, not on the Atari. That would be fun. Ow! Dang. Does this game run on the Retron 77? I think it does. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I'm not really sure. I don't have a 77 to test it. I remember considering getting the Retron 77 at one point, but then the Atari 2600 Plus came out, which I would think would be a better choice at this point, being that it can play the 7800 games, and that was one of the things I always complained about the Retron 77 was not being able to take the 7800 cartridges. Like, I'm sure if they updated the firmware in it or something, or did something to it, that you could load the ROMs onto it. But I'm talking about actually playing official 7800 cartridges, like the 2600 Plus can do. Ow! Bumped my head. Love to see Dracula on the Atari. such a simple game, and yet can be very difficult at times. Simple as in, not a whole lot going on here. But it's all about timing. Knowing when to run and when to jump. Hence its name. Oh, oh no. It's like in Donkey Kong, you have to know where to stand and where not to stand. Run! I think I could stand right there. Yep. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh, look at that. Have I made it this far before? I don't remember how far I made it in the video I did. Oh geez, no, I've never seen this before. Okay. Oh crap. That's not gonna be easy. Look how fast that thing's going. Nice little simplified sound effects too. Sal's Atari and Retro World, definitely considering the 2600 plus. I would definitely have grabbed one if I didn't have a 7800. I just think that my need for the 2600 plus right now is not really necessary, but maybe there will be a reason later on. I mean, it's nice that it's easy to plug into a modern TV versus these old guys. How the heck? Okay. Holy jeeps. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make that. Oh, a red level. Alright. Oh. Hey, it's Thwomp from Super Mario 3. What's he doing here? Huh. That's funny. Whoa. I mean, if you think about it, this game does kind of play like a Super Mario Brothers game, right? You just don't have anything to bop, punch, or getting some crazy flickering going on there. Trying to jam too many sprites on the screen at once, I think. Oh! Probably get it for the 7800 games since I don't own a 7800, but I do own an OG 2600 and a Retron. Yeah, that's my whole thing is I have both, but at the same time I was thinking about it that the 7800 is an old piece of software or hardware, I should say, and at any point in time it can go. So maybe it's worth it to have the 2600 as the 2600 plus as alternative. Whoa. Okay, now they're going crazy fast. Oh, this is gonna be a big jump and you can't hit that guy. This is just gonna be luck based, I think. Like, how am I gonna time that? Going like crazy. Whoa. Do I jump when it's in the air, up in the air, or do I jump when it's down in the pit? I gotta jump when it's in the air then. The speed of this guy's jump versus the speed of those guys. Oh! I meant to hit the button. I really did mean to hit the button. Try this again. I think I have to jump when he's in the air. And I don't make the jump. Oh crap. There's nothing you can do. You have to like kill yourself when you fall down that pit. The other thing is, I don't know how many levels this game has. I'm assuming it's got a lot. Or screens. I hate that jump. It's the same jump in Super Mario Brothers where you have to be like right at the ledge, like or the very edge before you jump. Otherwise, you ain't gonna make it. Ah! Touch that thwompy guy. Bad thwomp. Now I got the, if you didn't see my first video, I talked about this game and the box opening. I got the one that came in the orange box, so I don't have a manual. I don't know if there's a manual online anywhere you can view it, but so I don't know the names of any of these characters or anything like that. Ah! I forgot, you gotta run and jump. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, jeez! I'm so concerned about the second jump that I failed on the first one. Okay. Let's do this again. Ah! This is tedious. Let's go, Mr. Run and Jump. Come on, we can do this. No! This time I got the run in, but it's almost like you just gotta keep trying until you get lucky enough to jump past that and not get hit by that dude. This weird skull dude. You know what, another cool game on the 2600 that sort of plays like this is Montezuma's Revenge. I think they did a really good job on that port. Can't get that damn jump. Concentrating on that skull thing and I'm not looking at where I'm jumping. Maybe I should just forget about the skull and just try for the jump. If I make it, I make it. do this. No! Oops. I'm assuming when that timer at the bottom there runs out, the game just ends. So far there's no end in sight. But that's I think that's common on some of the earlier games where it was like you play until the timer runs out kind of thing. Well, Pitfall kind of had that, but it also had lives, so if you ran out of lives, you were dead anyway. Ah. Okay, is there a trick I'm missing to this? Michael Hayes is planning on playing Pitfall next Thursday. Pitfall on what? The Intellivision? I'm just not getting any further than this piece here. Might have to swap games to something else that I can actually play. Come on, you bugger. Hey, I did it! Oh, crap. Whew. Oh, no! Okay, I learned something. You can't stand on the side there. There's just not enough room for you to fit between that swamp thing and yourself. Back to having to get past that one bloody board again. This one. Whew. Somehow just, whoa, flew by that one screen there. Okay, I'm assuming you just gotta like fall the moment it no! You suck. Let's see, what else do we have? Alright, let's play some Hero then. At least I can get somewhere in this game. This is a game that I used to play a lot on the Commodore 64. In fact, it was my actual introduction to this game, and as I didn't even know it existed on the Atari 2600 back then. Of course, it originated on the Atari 2600. And when I found that out, I was quite impressed. Actually, there was a few games that I played originally on the Commodore 64 that I didn't realize started on the Atari 2600, like River Raid, another favorite of mine. remember for a while when I was working downtown, I had to take the train, and I had the Atari 2600 app on my phone. Well, actually, it was the Activision app. It was all Atari 2600 Activision games, and I would play this game on the way home on the train on my phone. But I can only get so far because of the controls. Trying to play this on a touch screen, you know, when you get into the later levels, it becomes near impossible. This game was designed. This game was designed with the precision of the Atari joystick in mind. Which I'm already down several men here. There's a real decent homebrew of this on the Intellivision as well, called Heli, programmed by Carlos Madruga. Really great version. He even included a Christmas option to turn your character into Santa Claus, which is cool. And then this dude becomes Rudolph, I believe. Oh! A little premature dropping the bomb. Yeah, I did too, Michael Hayes. I started off with the, oh, I went down the wrong path. I started off with the Christmas demo and then, ended up, actually, Carlos sent me the ROM to play the full game. Now that I know that I can kind of pull off this kind of setup, I can try and do like a stream of whatever the Odyssey games I have. I know I've played a bunch of them, Odyssey 2 I should say. Played a bunch of them on my channel already, but it'd be fun to try and do a live stream of them. Pretend I know what I'm doing when I'm trying to play them anyway. I always figure the rule with this game is to take the path that doesn't look the most inviting. That's usually the correct path. The one you don't want to take. I mean, this TV, it's okay. Not the greatest picture quality though. It is. I don't know how old this TV is. I actually got this for free anyway. My neighbor just kind of put it out on the curb one day with the remote. This big, honking, ugly remote. And I saw it there. I had already a TV down here that I was using. The one that I had with my parents throughout the 90s. And this one's slightly bigger screen, so I looked out the window, I saw that the TV was just sitting there on the curb, and I'm like, hey, free TV. So I ran out and grabbed it. But, you know, the picture quality is kind of lacking. But it does take you back to the way we used to play these games. You never had the most clear, crisp TV screens back then either. I mean, let's get real. A lot of people played on really old TVs. I even had friends who the only option for them to play video games was on a black and white TV. I think that one friend I know for sure that did that. He had a VIC 20, and he had it hooked up to a little black and white TV. That was how we rolled back then. think this is the wrong... Yeah. Well, there is a black and white setting. I don't know what that... I don't think it does anything. I'm not sure. You're supposed to, if you're playing on a black and white TV, you're supposed to change the setting to black and white, but I guess it does something about the color schemes, and I don't know. Don't have a black and white TV to really play around with, so. I don't know. One day, if the opportunity presents itself, whoops, and I can get a flat screen TV with better image quality, you know, just a small one that I could replace this TV with, I might go ahead and do that. I don't know. I mean, it's the man cave after all. It's not supposed to have all the heavy duty equipment, so. I forgot what level I'm on. Like 9 or something? 10? Ouch! I mean, that was the other reason why I did a lot of my streams on the computer using emulation, just to get the better picture quality. But as I said earlier, I don't have Mr. Run and Jump on emulation anyway, so I have Circus Convoy, which is the other more modern released Atari 2600 games. Because when Audacity was selling their, I think it was only if you bought the special edition, you got the ROM with it. Kind of like they did with the Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition. If they sold 100 copies, then the first 100 people or whatever it was would get the ROM. Which I was really hoping for, and glad that we ended up getting that far, because, you know, it's nice to have the ROM. Especially that game, it's not, you know, they're still working on the release of it. So I don't have the physical cartridge yet. Oh no! Dodo! Level 10. Well, guess that's okay. Let's see what else we got. See if I can get anywhere with this game. Another game that I played mainly on my Commodore 64. I bought this copy off the No Swear Gamer. He had, I think he had an extra one for sale, or he didn't like the game, or there was some reason why he was getting rid of it. Oh, these dang monkeys. This was essentially, I think, Sega's version, Sega's answer to Donkey Kong. Okay, I don't remember how to get onto that leaf. Oh. always find that no matter which version I play this game, this level always gives me the hardest, or the biggest problems. Okay, gotta know where to jump. Nope, that didn't work. I don't know why they decided to make this on like this isometric angle that they did. I guess they were trying to make it more impressive looking than, say, Donkey Kong or whatever. Oh, I just fell to my death. Watch out for those coconut things that are being thrown at you. You got these two little monkeys that don't really hurt you. They just kind of like get in your way. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, it's that weird angle. It's just, you try and jump and, am I out of men again? Aye. The character moves kind of weird. What the heck did I just touch? Oh my goodness. Ah. Well, this game's tough. Since we were just talking about it, why not give this one a go? Good old Pitfall. Copyright 1982. A lot of great games came out that year. I do remember borrowing this a lot from my neighbor. Actually, it was my brother's friend who had this game on the Intellivision. Because I didn't have an Atari back in the day, so I couldn't play it on an Atari, so I had to borrow it for the Intellivision, which it plays almost the same. I mean, David Crane programmed that version as well, so I heard it was because he wanted to make sure that it was done properly and not butchered. So he made sure the Intellivision one was just as good as the Atari. But he didn't change too much of it. I mean, the graphics are almost the same. And of course, Pitfall 2 is a masterpiece. Great sound, great game. Whoa. I typically stay on the top. Like, I know that there's some advantage to going down below, but I always seem to hit that weird creature thing down there. Whatever the heck it is, scorpion or something. I think it's a scorpion. I always seem to not be able to jump over that thing. And if you don't know the underground too well, you end up hitting a wall, and then you have to go backwards. Like right there, you would hit that wall, and then you have to turn around. So you really have to play this game a heck of a lot to... Whoa, I hit the fire, and apparently the fire kills you. And that kills you too. Missing the rope is not a good thing. I can imagine what people thought when they first seen this game, though. Like, especially people who were like, had an Atari and had a lot of the original games, the single screen games, or at most 2-screen games. To see a game like this must have really been like crazy. Ouch. I used up all my lives, so... Falling into a pit or getting eaten by a alligator guy will kill me. But I know that to actually get the highest score, you do need to know what parts of the underground to take. Not sure why, but I think it's just, it's quicker. You do less jumping or something like that, and it's for time. Of course, it takes more time to be jumping more. The snake is licking my butt. I don't like that. Let's go, Pitfall Harry. And of course we all know that Jack Black did the commercial for this when he was a kid. That always seems to pop up every once in a while on the Atari Age Facebook group or some of the other groups that I've been in, showing Jack Black as a kid. Before he was popular, or I guess famous, or whatever. Although, as much as we know that, I don't know if he's ever really embraced that role and actually came out and talked about Pitfall or anything like that since he's been famous. I don't know. Now let's try another game. This one's right here, so let's play it. Ghostbusters! Alright. So that's, what is that? The image intensifier? That's the bait. So we know we need the bait. Crap, I'm not going to know what button to... That's the vacuum, you need that. You need a trap. Let's go with 3 traps. I think, how do I start the game? You have to like mess around with the difficulty switches and stuff. And I know to use the ghost bait, I think you also have to use the difficulty switch. Sweet! We caught our first ghost. And our second ghost. Got 3 traps, so I can do it 3 times. And I have to go back to GHQ. Again, another game that I spent a lot of time on my Commodore 64. Oh crap, he's behind the screen. Oh wow, I caught him. I don't think I've ever done this well in a long time. suck up the ghosts. So obviously this version is a very stripped down version of the original game. This was programmed by Dan Kitchen, Gary Kitchen, Stephen Kitchen's brother, who did a lot of great games for the Atari 2600. And of course the original game was programmed by David Crane on the Commodore 64. So every port after that was just kind of a copy of the original Commodore 64 game. And this one did a great job. I mean, I'm quite surprised at how he pulled this one off. Yeah, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the original game has. Sure, I get that. The ghost needs to go. It's not going to have the speech. It's not going to say he slimed me. There's no choice of cars. You pretty much have just this car, which is the original Ghostbuster car. If you play the original game, the Commodore 64 game, or any of the other ones that are pretty much the same, you get the choice of like 4 different cars, depending on how much money you have. And all those games allow you to save progress. So I don't know if the Nintendo one allows for saving of progress. I do have that version, but I don't like it as much. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know why. Especially the car driving scene. It's really weird in the Nintendo version. And of course I still have the Sega Master System version that I haven't tried yet. I bought the game a long time ago. It's been sitting on my shelf. Crap. Now I'm doing poorly. Well, John Rogers is saying the SMS version is the best version, so even better than the Commodore 64? The original? So my only question right now is, how do I use the bait? I think I have to use the right difficulty switch. I think I just flicked that. Oops. My dude. Oh, I caught him! I caught him! The Intellivision Ultimate Edition is really great as well. I did play it. I played it once when I got the ROM. Still waiting on the cartridge. I know that I was just talking about that earlier. From what I've read on, I think it was on the Intellivision Homebrew forum or whatever, that there was an issue with the box being printed because it was supposed to be printed with another game, and that other game there was a setback or something, and so yeah, they weren't able to get the Intellivision game out as scheduled. But I mean, so what? We're talking about homebrew games here. These are small companies or peoples. You know, not a lot of people working on these things, and we have to expect that we're not going to get like back in the day what you would expect from a big mega corporation. We should be thankful we get these games in the first place. I mean, what's great about this version too is that it's got the Ghostbusters music. I mean, how many Atari 2600 games have full-on music throughout the game? Not many. Especially the earlier games. Suck up some ghosts. I think it only allows you to vacuum up one ghost at a time. I don't know why that is. Sprite limitations, maybe, or... I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should check. I know you have to run over the ghost with your Ghostbuster symbol guy. and then they appear on the road for you to vacuum them up. Ah, I missed them. See, I freeze him, but I don't think anybody else will come out. And then I just sucked him up. Yeah. Oh, there's the other one. No, there was none. I'm looking at the other screen. Never mind. Ignore me. Sucky, sucky. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm doing better than I ever did before, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm playing on original hardware with an original joystick versus playing on the emulator with that crazy gamepad I have. Hey, it's Mike's Gaming Gala in the house. Yes, we're playing some ghost busting. Probably having the best game I ever had. Look at that, $11,100. Also, I just noticed this doesn't leave the dots behind when you walk. Strange that he couldn't figure that part out. Maybe it just required too much. I suck so bad at Ghostbusters. Ah, don't feel bad. I mean, I played this a ton on the Commodore 64, like a ton. There's some games where I just played the heck out of them. This was one of them. Impossible Mission, Rags to Riches, which I was able to program on the Intellivision, which I know is a difficult one. Actually, that should be another game I should do a video on, or maybe a live stream on, or something like that. Play the Rags to Riches game that I created. Oh no, I reset the game! Ow! No, I hit the wrong button. Oh no! My efforts! Ruined! That's why I hate having to do that. There's the other difficulty switch you're supposed to press, and I hit the what did I hit? Select or reset? Oh! Boy, does that suck! And that was like the best game I had in a long time. I was like on my way to defeating the Marshmallow Man. That sucks. Oh. Well, let's see if there's one last game I can find. I don't know, man. I don't know what to play. I know. I'm going to stick with a classic. Let's do this! Keystone Capers. The main reason why I wanted a Atari 2600 in the first place. There's not many games on the Atari 2600 that I played the heck out of, but this was one of them. I'm thinking that I wanted this game back when, because I got my Atari when the Atari 2600 Junior came out, and they were doing the whole advertising of, it was probably like $49 or something like that. Canadian to get the Atari 2600 Junior. They had some kind of campaign like under $50 or something like that, and the games were like $15 to $20, and it was like Atari's way of competing with the Nintendo that was already dominating the video game scene. And I didn't have a Nintendo at the time. And my friend had Super Mario Brothers, and I played it, and I was like, such an awesome game, and I wanted to play something like that, but I didn't have a Nintendo, but I was able to pick up the Atari 2600, and this game looked pretty cool to me, so I thought, well, this will be a fun game to have anyways. So I got the Atari 2600 Junior, which I still have, still over here in my man cave, and this game and Midnight Magic, because I love me some pinball. And you know, now that I think about it, that's something we're really lacking. Maybe Mike's Gaming Gala knows, but we seem to be really lacking pinball games on the in television. I don't know if any other homebrews, because as far as I know, there's only one official pinball game on the Intellivision. I don't know if any homebrewers made a pinball game. Yeah, just the one. Even Atari, I mean, Atari has, I think, 3 pinball games that I know of. There's the original video pinball, which is not the greatest. Then they have Midnight Magic, which is really good. And then they have one called Bumper Bash, which is kind of rare and expensive, but you can play it on the ROMs. But to get an actual cartridge of Bumper Bash is pretty expensive, usually. Baby Pac-Man, yeah! That's like a cross between arcade and pinball. That's one of those systems that I'd love to play on an original. Love to like try it out myself. Go from playing an arcade screen game to a pinball game and back to an arcade game. That would be a whole lot of fun. But yeah, they did port it. What was it? The 7800. They ported the Baby Pac-Man game. And of course, if you know my channel, you know me, you know that I've ported this game over to the Intellivision. I did, it was my first real full-on attempt of making a full game, so, and it was very early in my programming venture, and I often wonder if I were to, like, do it today, how different it would have come out. I don't know if it would necessarily be better, but I think it might be a little bit different. And of course, I've talked about this when I was doing Keystone Cops. This escalator thing, for me to figure out how to make that it just wasn't computing in my brain for quite a while. I was trying different things, and I just was having an issue trying to figure out how to make these friggin' stairs. And I think the way I did it, I probably overcomplicated it, because I can't imagine that the Atari one was that complicated. Yeah, that's true, Mike. Mike's Gaming Gala, oops, talked about the Toronto skyline. Yeah. Originally, I was going to kind of mimic the skyline that's on the Atari. Like my original thought when I made the game was that I wanted to make it look as close as it would have looked if it appeared during the day. Like, try and make it look like the Atari version. And I was going to copy the skyline. And then all of a sudden, I just got this like thought in my head. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if I could add the CN Tower? And then I'm like, well, can't have the CN Tower without the Sky Dome. Well, used to be called Sky Dome. It's now called the Rogers Center, because Rogers is the big communications company that's pretty much monopolized the Greater Toronto area. But anyways, yeah. So at that point, I just kind of looked at a picture of the Toronto skyline, and then I kind of tried to mimic it on the Intellivision. Yeah, forever Sky Dome. I still call it Sky Dome. I sometimes I'll remember it's actually called Rogers Center, but you know. It's just like Canada's Wonderland, and you know how they messed around with the name for that. Elon Musk taking over Twitter, calling it X. Someone made an interesting analogy, like, you know, if some guy bought Coca-Cola, and renamed it to, like, Googly Moogly, people would still call it Coca-Cola, so. Sad to hear what's happened to Marineland. You know, I haven't been to Marineland in a few years, but the last few times I went, it was pretty desolate. There wasn't a lot of people there. There wasn't much going on. I mean, I liked that it wasn't crowded. Don't get me wrong. We just did a whole family thing last week where we all went to African lion safari, and it was crowded. There were so many people there, and it was hot, and not a lot of place to run for shade. But yeah, the crowds there was pretty nutty. And I told my brother, I'm like, geez, if we went to Marineland, there'd be nobody there. I don't even know if they're even still open. Just don't call it New Coke. Oh, I remember that. Coca-Cola rebranding their drink to Coke. Changed the recipe. People didn't want to have that. Ow! Hit the damn thing. Last time we went to Marineland was the 80s. Wow, Mike. Well, I can honestly say, though, the reason why I've been to Marineland a few times is because probably for the last, 10 years, we did our family vacation during the summer at Great Wolf Lodge. And in Canada, there's only one Great Wolf Lodge, and that's in Niagara Falls. So we're already in Niagara Falls, so why not hit up what's in Niagara Falls, and Marineland is there, so that's what we did. That wasn't awful. That wasn't good. I spent too much time on those two ball things. Oh no! I jumped up instead of jumping forward. Be careful with the airplanes. They kill you in one hit. The airplanes aren't messing around in this game. Hey, it's a No Swear Gamer. I don't think it was the plan, but I do think New Coke made Coke Classic more popular. Hey, that's a really interesting concept there, that making such an awful product to replace their best product help enhance their best product. Ow. Whoa! 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 Come on, man. This joystick's failing on me. Oh no, not gonna make it now. I have to say, my other challenge with making this game on the Intellivision was, if you notice that you could see all the different things on all the different platforms. But trying to figure out how to get that many sprites on the screen was not an easy task, and really I could only have it on the section you're on. Like you can see out here, there's the airplane above and the shopping cart below. But I was running out of sprites. Oh, I think there's something wrong with this joystick. I keep trying to push forward and it don't move. So I kind of ran out of sprites, and so I don't know. I know the Atari 2600 has the ability to replicate a sprite 3 times on the screen. But for when I was making Keystone Cops, so you see Keystone Kelly himself, he has to have at least 3 sprites. The only way for me to change that would be to make him less colorful. Like he's got 3 colors to him. So he's got the black helmet, he's got the tan colored skin tone with baton, or however you want to say that, which is literally just his face skin tone. And then you got the blue body. And for me to save on sprites, I'd have to make them either all one color, which I know the Intellivision is, you know, especially a lot of the older games, they would have got away with that. You know, just making them all one color. But that would suck. I didn't want him to look like that. So I was forced to use 3 sprites for him. And then for the robber, the crook, the guy that's running away, he's got 3 colors. He's got white, black, and tan color. So that puts me at like 6 sprites right there. Oops. And you can only have the 8 sprite limit, which was creating a problem for me because you got things like the shopping cart that has the black and white, which require 2 sprites. I think the escalator, I think I had to use 3 sprites for that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I had to make the, yeah, I think I used 3 sprites for the escalator. Oh. And the crook, as much as I wanted to make him 3 colors, I had to stick with just making him 2, so he's white and black. This is getting intense. This is getting intense. I don't think I'm going to make it. I only got 4 seconds. Oh. I think the original programmers sometimes used background tiles to appear as sprites somehow. Not that I could do any programming. Yeah, the No Swear Gamer, you know, there are a lot of tricks that people would have used. And I know programming on the Atari is a little bit different than the Intellivision. The Atari used these like scan lines and stuff, and had different kinds of, the way the sprites behave was a little bit different. So when I was creating the game on the Intellivision, I had to like decide on how much detail, how much detail I was willing to sacrifice to have more sprites. And I think I ended up just saying, okay, well, any sprites that have to appear will only appear on the section or the level you're on. So if you notice when you're playing it, you'll only see it. Yeah, the sound effects are cool too. Let's see what else, if I have one more game I can play. Let's play some Popeye, Mr. Poe Style's favorite game. Again, another game that I became more familiar with or learned about on the Commodore 64. game does take some getting used to because your character can't jump. And we're often used to characters that can jump. So you have to remember the Popeye, don't jump. Popeye and the Coleco. Oh no! I don't think I have that one. No, I don't think I've played this on ColecoVision now that I think about it. Whoops. I'll have to check that out. I don't know if I've ever seen it on the ColecoVision. I know there's a 7800 homebrew that came out that's really good. And of course I have it on the NES as well. The Nintendo one. But I think I'll still like playing it on the Commodore 64. That's how I originally played it. And I figured out that one glitch or bug or whatever it was that you can capture Bluto with that whatever the hell that thing is you can punch to knock down. Only on this screen anyways. Bucket. That's it. Yeah, it's some kind of bucket thing. But on the Commodore 64, at least on the one I had, I don't know if mine was glitchy or something, but if you hit Bluto or Brutus or whatever you prefer to call him, if you hit him with the spinach and then catch him with the bucket as he's like flying through the air, he'd end up stuck in the middle of the screen for the rest of the level. Interesting little bug, I think. I don't think that was intentional. I think I tried to replicate it on other versions and it never happens. Not the rest of the level, but a good long time. Yeah, because the bucket's only supposed to stun him for a little bit. But I always found that if I hit him with the spinach and then captured him with the bucket while he was flying through the air, he would just get stuck there. And that was it. He would just sit there the whole level. Or most of the level. I've never seen him get unstuck, so. Then I just casually wait for all the hearts to fall, and there you go. But you have to get the timing right. I mean, you have to be like, you have to punch him with the spinach. He starts flying across the screen, and then you can you have to hit the bucket to fall on him in exactly the same spot that he's flying through the air in. See if I can. There he goes. He only goes like half up, and then he disappears. I think the fact that Popeye doesn't jump is what really does make this game challenging. Oh, I didn't see that coming. I don't know, I think they did a pretty good job with this. It'd be interesting to see if any homebrewers of today's magnitude on the 2600 could make a better version of this. This and Burger Time. I don't think they've made a better Burger Time. A Lock and Chase was done, I believe. I'm trying to remember now. There's been some pretty good stuff that came out. improvements over the originals. Oh, he hit me. That jerk. Yeah, it's good for a 2600 port. The Intellivision one's pretty good too. I think they did a really good job on that one. I mean, Parker Brothers, they put out some pretty good stuff. They got the licenses to some of the big names. And let's get real, a lot of it was licensing. I think a lot of you know, some of the problems with the Intellivision was the lack of licensed games. Atari kind of cornered the market on that. I mean, the choices of licenses that Intellivision went with, like Dungeons and Dragons, I think at that time really only appealed to a very specific group. But when you have things like movies and stuff, and E.T., for instance, that obviously never made it on the Intellivision. Not until the homebrew, at least, anyways. Alright, take care, No Swear Gamer. Thanks for popping in. I don't think I'm doing too well here. I've used up all my lives. Hey Chris, Beckwith, what's going on? Playing some Popeye. Oh, push the button a little bit premature there. I have to wait for the heart to come down. Oh, Bluto! Like, am I alone in that I don't know what to call that guy? Bluto, Brutus? I think he was called both. There was like a little story as to why certain versions call him what. Oh man, I'm already out of lives again. Darn it. What's interesting is that I heard him called both, yeah. He's had both names. I prefer Brutus. Yeah. It's like the black and white Porky Pig drawn both various sizes. No, what was interesting was I'm on Facebook a lot, and they always recommend certain stories or pages or whatever, and this little thing popped up about the real guy that essentially inspired or was Popeye, the real guy that they modeled the character after, and he was like some bouncer in some bar or something like that. He was popular. He was a well-known guy in the town. He's from what I hear, Polish descendant. He was in the army or the Marines or something. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Like, there's a full backstory as to who the original Popeye guy was. He got into a lot of fights. Apparently, he was a real nice guy at the same time. and the person who created the comic book or the cartoon wanted to use him as inspiration to create their next character, and to some extent even Olive Oil was, and some of the other characters were based off of real people as well. It's kind of interesting. Like, Popeye has a nice, interesting storyline. He was Bluto prior to 57, then he was Brutus due to copyright over the name. Well, that's interesting. Copyright over the name Bluto? It's funny how Popeye has all this copyright like, even the fact that Donkey Kong was supposed to be Popeye, and I think that the reason why they didn't end up going with Popeye was it was copyright issues and stuff, and they created Donkey Kong instead. Although now I believe Popeye is public domain, so anybody can make a Popeye game right now and doesn't have to worry about getting sued. As far as I understand, it hit the public domain. Just like Dracula, you know, free range. Anybody can make anything with Dracula's name in it now. But that's kind of good, you know. If you want to make something and you need like a story and characters and stuff, you could do that, you know, as long as it's no longer got copyright on it. If you want to make a game or a story based on Dracula, you can do that. Ah. Kind of reminds me how the McDonaldland character Mayor McCheese was replaced by Big Mac Police. People still call him Mayor McCheese because they didn't know he's not the same character. Looks like Popeye enters the public domain next year. I thought he already was in the public domain. Maybe I'm wrong. But, what was it? Something just hit the public domain. Was it Mickey Mouse? The old style Mickey Mouse? Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, it hits public domain. Anyways, this was fun. I just decided to do an impromptu stream just to try this setup out. You know, now I can try and do some streaming on the Odyssey as well. I have the Odyssey 2 set up here, where I can do some streaming there. The original Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse is now public domain. Yeah, that's the one. And then they made a horror movie with the old Mickey. Kind of funny. I mean, that's good though, you know. Things that hit public domain, and then people can make some stuff off of it. Games, movies, you have it. You don't have to be bogged down by paying all this money. Disney tried to extend the copyright even further, but 100 years became their hard limit this time. That's cool. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks Mike, Chris, John, everybody that's been here. No Swear Gamer was in here. Who else was in here? There's been a few people in here. Thanks for popping in. Like I said, hopefully I can continue doing these types of streams. These are just fun, quick little streams that I could just do when I have the time to do it. Anyways, talk to everybody later.